Josh Lambo now for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Here's Lambo out to kick this one away. On the return, Jabril Peppers. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. CD, I want to get your thoughts on some potential free agents this offseason before we change the possession here. Now, caution, many of these guys could be resigned, I know, but who are some of them? Kirk Cousins is one.
Yeah, we're talking about difference makers. Kirk Cousins at the quarterback position. He's going to be coveted around the league by quarterback-needy teams. Case Keenum had a big year. Could he move? But how about running backs? Le'Veon Bell, Dion Lewis. Some pass catchers, Jimmy Graham, Jarvis Landry, Sammy Watkins. And about the guy who goes and gets quarterbacks, DeMarcus Lawrence had a monster year for Dallas last season.
Yeah, a lot of big names that could be out there as free agents. Now a second down throw for Kaiser. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now it's Crowell running right. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed in quickly at the end. Again, it's Crowell. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gordon. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
But we know one thing, Isaiah Crowell can run if given an opportunity. Had the longest run in the NFL in 2016, an 85-yard touchdown sprint, week 2 against Baltimore.
This one not quite as long, didn't end in 6, but still a great game. Kaiser to throw it, out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a gain of 7, and it'll bring up a second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. There'll be some contact going on.
And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That was a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. A gain of 3, second down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun, and they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Again, it's Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson taking it in from 11 yards out, and the Browns add 6 to their lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
This will be taken in at the 1. A nice little juke. Before the possession switches here, I had written down that I wanted to talk about some of the awards this past season in the NFL. We know Brady was the MVP, but Todd Gurley, Offensive Player of the Year.
How about that for a bounce back? Many were questioning whether he'd had a sophomore slump this season.
That's caught at the 25. And hello, he's going to be knocked backwards as he'll be marked down at the 24-yard line. Fournette, a first down carry. And a good run as he manages 7 yards down to the 17.
And Leonard Fournette impressing there with that run. It's hard to believe that no Jacksonville Jaguar has broken 1,000 yards since Maurice Jones-Drew in 2011. And Leonard Fournette could be that guy.
Even with the ankle injury last year at LSU, still averaged 6.5 yards per carry.
And absolutely intimidated opposing defenses. A lot of guys simply didn't want to tackle him.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Myles Garrett in there to get him for a loss of 5. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much since. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Back now. As I search for my cue card here, there we go. Coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will join us from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis from our first half of play.
Well read.
Well, thank you. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Dancing to his left. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Blake Bortles with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jaguars are back within a score. Lambeau on for the extra point.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown. Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When you'd line up, go ahead, and there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward is just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
Before the offense changes hands here, let's look back at the Super Bowl February 5th. What a game. I know you were there calling it offensively, though. Impressive on both sides.
It certainly was.
Kizer hit, and he lost the football.
Plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down, the Browns hand things over to the veteran Britton Colquitt to punt. That's pulled in at the 32. And now running right through it.
Oh, that's sweet.
What an effort. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. Now the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. The Browns defense getting ready. And they've created a major first-half storyline with the pressure they've been able to create.
And I know that the good teams adjust from series to series. They make their adjustments on the sideline before they go back out. In this case, I think they might need a little bit more time. They want to get to the half and start figuring out how do they change protections, how do they get the ball in the hands of the passer a lot quicker, make sure he doesn't get hit as often, all those different things. Maybe even run the ball a little bit more. Anything to try and tamp down the pressure.
It's caught on the right side by Robinson. A gain of 32 that time. First down now, but that clock rolling. On the end around, this is Hearns. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Defense in a good spot. Let's see how the offense responds with a 2nd and 13 now. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's got his big receiver Robinson for the Jacksonville touchdown. Allen Robinson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. If you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Jaguars are happy and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Browns didn't play their best, and they'll need to be at their best now to come back. All right, let's roll those moving pictures. We go now late in the first. Gordon's the target here, and he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 2-yard line. Jaguars have it at the 27. Lewis is wide open on the deep pass. And a quick 3-play drive ends with a score. Now trailing by just 3. 1st and 10. Allen Robinson, the catch coming across the middle. And he ends up at the 24-yard line before he stopped on the play. Same drive. Bortles going to duck out to the left. And this 5-play drive goes for a touchdown. The Jags trail now by 4. Now 1st and 10. Bortles finding his big receiver, Allen Robinson. And he'll eventually be brought down, but not before getting to the 12-yard line. Jaguars now later on the drive.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Third and short yardage, Kaiser. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A gain of 7, and they pick up the first. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but more mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the...
Isaiah Crowell, he's all alone. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Isaiah Crowell, 57 yards. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And that will make this a 4-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by an Isaiah Crowell touchdown run. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. Here's Corey Grant now to return. Now Allen Robinson and company gearing up to go again on offense. Pretty good game for him so far. I guess he's still got time here to make this a great game, but so far he's been solid.
I like where you're going with that, because it has been pretty good, but there's always that hint that things can really escalate for him. And right now they feel like they're somewhat keeping him in check, but he has found the end zone once. But boy, he can explode at any moment.
Yeah, and when you hit that end zone once, you want to find it again, don't you?
Yes, you do.
Makes you hungrier.
You get greedy in a good way.
They'll run it again with Fournette. Oh, and now he bowls him over. Fournette fighting through. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. They fake the handoff. Now Bortles steps away to his left. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. Pretty lucky to get the football back. Had his target out there waving the arms, saying I'm open, but maybe didn't see him quick enough.
And I know the jokes are always about defensive backs' hands. What really actually happens, you don't get many opportunities. You get over anxious, and you start to think about taking it away and going the other way instead of focusing and catching the ball.
They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. On 3rd and long, it's Bortles. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They do go for it. It's Bortles. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now Bortles again. Flush to his right. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Working out of the gun. Here's Kaiser. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old... coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football, because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Air this one toward Coleman. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down near the 35-yard line. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. A great job pulling speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. Kaiser. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A big hit. Knocked down sideways. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset that they allowed a play like that to happen. They were pitching such a great game, they want to keep it going.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. From the red zone now, Kaiser. Flushed out right. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And now running right through it. A good pickup there, 7 yards, and it's going to be 2nd and goal now.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Kaiser now. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are...
And he is going to go down back at the 11-yard line. Telvin Smith with a big-time sack on third down, and it'll be a loss of 7.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
Now it's Kessler. They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. Well, that was an intriguing call. You got a chip shot field goal, tight game. Why not just take the 3?
I know that not all the old rules apply in today's NFL, and in fact, I'd love to have an analytics coach here with us right now to say why that was probably a good play. I don't know what the analytics coach would have said.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Danny Shelton continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Play action. Now it's Bortles. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Here's a give to Crowell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Let's go.
They go play action. Kaiser. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So a tough spot for Kaiser. The sack, and now it's third and long. From the shotgun, it's Kaiser. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. And he'll be down deep into Jacksonville territory. A big play there on third down for the Browns. 63 yards.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on third down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start. Red zone opportunity. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Now they'll bootleg it with Kaiser. And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to his tight end, David Njoku. And it's third down.
Well, so many times defensive backs get caught playing the man rather than the football, but not in this case. That's an excellent play. Did exactly what you're supposed to do. Attack the football and help break up the pass.
Yep, as a result, knocks it down. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And Gonzalez puts this one through. And that will make this a 9-point lead. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. His first attempt of the night here, and it's a big one. It's for the win. Well, Charles, coaches always talk after losses about putting that behind you and moving on. But in a case like this, when you could have won it with a chip shot field goal and you miss it, that is going to sting for a little while, isn't it?
Some are tougher to put behind you than others, right? We always talk about compartmentalizing. What is the rule, coach? Always about 24-hour rule after a game, and then you move on. That's tough because that was a very makeable field goal. In fact, I think you and I were both just shocked that he did knock it through the post, and they end up walking off the field losers.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.